Hi and welcome to a new video. Now, I did promise you a little while ago about doing another camper van, and lo and behold I am here in Bolton, not far from the Leisuredrive factory, because I've got here a Leisuredrive camper van and it's based on a VW. It's a diesel and it's an automatic. Now, Leisuredrive have been in the business of converting camper vans for over 50 years. 1969 Derek Andrews started up the company, just him and his father doing a few little bits and pieces on conversions, and well, before you knew it, a few years down the line, and they were starting to build more and more camper vans and selling more as the name spread. Now, at one time I think they were called Manchester Motorhomes or camper vans. I can't remember which on that one, but I'll probably correct myself on this video. But eventually they changed the name to Leisuredrive and they moved to where the factory is now, and that's just outside of Bolton, near Kersley and Farnworth. So what do? They've got a good range of camper vans. They do high tops, of which this one is. It's a Vivanti model. They've made this now for a few years and it's one of their very popular models. And also they do the what I was saying, they also do elevating roofs. I always forget what they call them, don't ask me why. But anyway, this has got a high top, and that is actually GRP, of course, and that's actually made by Leisuredrive in their factory. And of course that means that they can keep control on the quality and what they need. So what have we got here? Well, we'll say we've got the Vivanti, and this comes in around about the £65,000 mark, but I'll put the details on the end of the video. Typical sort of Leisuredrive graphics, actually. That's sort of, you can see those graphics and you know that's pretty much a Leisuredrive coming down the road. Now, it's only obviously the VW Transporter, and it's got the diesel engine in it, as I said before, which is about 150 brake horse, and of course it's in the latest EU engine, which means to say basically is you need to add blue in it, so it is pretty efficient regarding emissions. Finish and fit, well, Leisuredrive are renowned for a good quality finish and fit on the outside as well as on the inside, and we're going to go on inside in a minute, because this is a motorhome camper van. Get it right, Andy. This is a camper van which will sleep up to 4. The top area mainly for 2 young children, and the bottom converts into a double or 2 single beds, and obviously then a dinette. So let's have a look and let's have a quick walk through the Leisuredrive Vivanti. Right, well, I'm in the lounge area for the dinette, and the front seats, of course, here turn round, and you've got the table here, which is on the, what they call these captain's tables. That's what they used to call them, with this pole tube. Now, a lot of manufacturers, caravan manufacturers, used to use these type of tables because you can swivel it round, of course, so it's nice and easy. But 4 of you can seat here and have a light meal, and the seats are very comfortable. And as I say, this makes up into 2 single beds or a decent sized double, which you'll see on the video. LED lighting, of course, and now, as I said to you before, this is going to be mainly used really as a couple's van, but this bit here does slide at the top and slides to the back here, and you can have 2 young children sleeping just above you. Personally, as I said, I think mainly it's going to be a couple's camper van, and it makes a very nice couple's camper van. It's an automatic gearbox on this one. A lot of customers like that. It's diesel engine, as I just said before, and the seat is very comfortable. Now, in the back here you've got, of course, the kitchen area. Now let's do that separately, because we'll leave those back doors open, I think, because it's a nice bit of scenery at the back there, so let's do that. Right, now, of course, Leisuredrive build all their own furniture units. Everything's done in-house. I've been around the factory and there's a lot of guys there, well time served, quality sort of guys. who have done many years at Leisuredrive. But here we are in the kitchen area. Got some locker storage here. Of course, in a campervan, you know you are very limited to what you've got, and it's down to the designer to be able to actually make as much space and storage out of the room is allocated. Nice sort of shelf up there, put a bits and pieces in there, probably put your plates in there. There's a roof vent at the top here, of course, and there's a handy little shelf here at the back too. It's a combined sink unit. There's no grill, of course. It is just 2 burners, and there's your sink. And also you have a little grill oven underneath here. So normally where you'd have a grill under the actual the burners there, it's actually there. Oh, there's extra storage there for your cutlery, and there's 5 main sockets in this camper van, so you've got plenty of sockets. More storage down here, cupboard again, and basically it's got a decent height to work on. I'm 5'7", 5'8", and it's just right for me. A little bit of worktop here. Of course, on these Domestics you can just pull the glass tops down. Oops. Of course, you put the lid down, the tap down first. You've got sliding windows here with fly screens on as well, and it's curtains. There's a nice little LED light. It gives off a lot of decent light. Now, as we swizzle round, at the very end here you'll see a few shelves which are very handy. So they've really done as much as they can to provide the storage. Now let's have a twiddle round to here. We've got 2 of our main sockets here, plus the USB points too, and also we've got some more storage here, and you got your control panel, and again some more storage there too. Wardrobe isn't too bad a size. Don't forget, I mean, you're not going to be travelling heavily, are you? You know, you're just going to take bits and pieces with you. And this is the whole thing about having a camper van. You can just stop and go and just clear off as and when you want. Mirror here on the back. Probably like to have seen a mirror possibly on the front here maybe instead. I don't know. I think that's just a personal choice. Then again, you've got more storage at the bottom here. And you've got the 65 litre Dometic 3-way fridge, and again some more storage at the bottom of that. I don't know if you can just see. I'm going to bend down, and also in the bottom of the oven as well. Now you may say, there's no toilet in here. Well, obviously, you know, it is not going to be feasible, but there is a loo. So consequently, if you're caught short in the middle of the night, you've got a fitted in electric Thetford cassette loo, and you've got the emptying section round the side there, the emptying hatch. So it's there as a handy emergency, isn't it? We've all needed it, and we've all needed it. So, electrically pumped water, of course. There's a heating system in here. I'll give you the details on the end of the video. But what I do like is the fact that everything is, it's a very well, nicely fitted out camper van. And there's a lot of camper vans out there on the market, believe me. But Leisuredrive are probably one of the longest manufacturers around of present, to be quite honest with you. And Derek Andrews, as I say, who's the guy who started the company up, he doesn't even have a car, he told me, really. He's not bothered about cars. He has a camper van. And he's always got his sleeping bags in the back, because he says it's just handy to better just go as and when you want. There's a curtain here to obviously to cut that off. I can't get my words out. And so consequently, really, it's a very nice compact camper van for 2 people. As I say, main sockets numbers 5. There's one down here, down by the actual seat itself. So this all is very, very cosy, and you can imagine just being able to pull up after a long drive maybe, and just having a meal, and then just literally getting onto your next campsite and pitching up and yeah, relaxing and having a sleep. So, campervans. So what's our verdict? Let's have a think. Right. Now, I told a little lie before. I said it had heating. That's an optional extra. Leisuredrive have found that what a lot of people like to do is take their own little fan heater with them. Hence why there's a socket just down by this seat here, by the sliding entrance door. So that creates quite good sense, because a 2 kilowatt heater would, crikey, it'd be like an oven in here. I'm sure it would be if you're on full tilt, even on the coldest of evenings. Leisuredrive, as I say, have been around since 1969, and it's obvious basically from the way that they construct and design their campervans. They've been around a long time, they know what they're doing. Yes, there's a lot of manufacturers out there. Some of them will probably be gone, sadly, in a few years' time. Some will stop around longer, but Leisuredrive have been there through the thick and thin of it, when sales generally of all campervans, etc., and caravans have been on the downside, but they've come through the other end, and that usually means because they've got a good product, and there's still people out there that will buy the product. I was just talking to the sales guy Stuart, and he was telling me about his people just want to add a few extras on them, and you're talking around about £60,000 for a VW based campervan by Leisuredrive. But they've always, at the factory, they've actually sell campervans too, so they sell used ones, but obviously Leisuredrives, and what you know is you're getting a first class product from them. And the Vivanti, as I say, I've been reviewing this now for some years for various magazines, and I've always rated it. I just think it just exactly what it says on the tin, to be quite honest with you. So if you're in the market for a campervan, and I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, I mean, as a style, lifestyle, it might not be mine, but then again, if I was looking at a campervan, then this is something I'd be looking definitely at, because I can see the advantages of it. Especially if I was on my own, I could be quite tempted, I suppose, to sort of actually, you know, get one of these and just take to the road and think, blow it, you know, I can do as I want, and set my telly up or whatever, and just go and drive like a car, and yet you've got the living accommodation at the back of you, and it's all very compact, so it's easy to park too. So what do I generally think? Well, it's still top marks for Leisuredrive as far as I'm concerned. And as I said before, there's a lot of manufacturers out there, and there's some good vans out there. I mean, there's so many. But what I would always say to you is, if you're in the market for a campervan, stick to a proper known brand of campervan, not something that's just been somebody's started to make a few of, because when it comes to trading time, you'll feel the pinch, because people will not really recognise it, and you won't get much of a trading value on it. Leisuredrives, they're so well known, you'll never have a problem selling them private. Anyway, from sunny Bolton, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope it's been okay. Thanks to all the subscribers, and thanks for all your comments. Right, that's me. I'm going to go. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.